few options, provided the president's still alive. We'll have to initiate World War III, but it's a World War III that you'd never have thought about. It's a World War III against reptilian creatures. Now hold on there. Let me adjust your strap. Hold on. Alright, soldier. Now just let that let that tourniquet suck up all that fluids there. And we'll just have to see how it goes. I don't think you're gonna lose much more blood. So that's a good thing, because I've seen this before. Looks like your routine wound. What'd you get scratched? You got scratched. Was it from a lizard? Okay. Now here's the thing. All the reptiles are weak against one thing. And that is a mixture of milk and vinegar. We gotta construct balloons filled with half milk and half vinegar. We gotta throw them at the suckers and just watch them evaporate. My neck's getting sore sitting like this. So, hold on, soldier. It's about 800 hours. And, no, my watch is broken. Soldier, I don't know what time it is, but we'll just have to keep our heads up, try to get an advantage on them, and go in and attack those suckers like there's no tomorrow, ain't no yesterday, and there ain't gonna be another Christmas. We just gotta think that way, and we gotta say, hey, I'm going in, and I'm going in fighting. So, what I want you to do is sit up. Try to sit up. Okay, look. Arrow one. Harry. Okay, now that you're listening. Now that you're sat up and listening to me. We'll have to start walking in about 4 minutes. Because it looks like your leg ain't in that bad a shape that we can at least keep on trekking, because right now, I'll tell you what, we're sitting geese. We're sitting ducks rather. What was that sound? Sounds like there's a lot of cars nearby, so it sounds like we might be near civilization. Now the question is, are those cars being operated by lizard men, or are they being operated by humans? Because at this point, about 60% of the world is now lizard beings. And that number's steadily growing, as to be in about 5 minutes from now, it'll be about 65%, and so on and so forth. Glad I found you out here, because misery likes its company there, soldier. Let me see if I've got any food on me. Hold on. I think I got no rations left. I ate my last pot of beans a few hours ago. think we're getting it lit, soldier. Yep, she's flaring up. She's starting to get lit. There she is, that fire's a-blazing. I think gonna be a good idea is we're gonna have to get up right now. We're gonna keep this fire going so that we know that we've been here. So we'll make fires around every area that we scout at. I have to try to find some food somewhere. Maybe we'll have to travel back to the shelter, to that safety, and get the food. Come back at in a live battle, because when we're sitting in that shelter, all we're doing is protecting ourselves. But you know what we gotta do? We gotta be sacrificing ourselves for this cause, because them lizards gotta go down, buddy. And you know that just as well as I do. That's a good plan. I wish it was a little bit cooler out, because this jacket's keep me a little bit too warm, but hey, you can't ask for comfort out on the battlefield, soldier. So, how's that leg feeling? Well, it looks like that blood flow is stopping a little bit. I have to take this, I have to take my watch with me. But alright, soldier. You're a brave man, and I think it's time for us to leave and go on to our next post. Dalton hat. Hey there, soldier. How you holding up? Well, looks like you live to see another day. And it's the thing with this whole war against the reptilian creatures. It's what don't kill you. Ought to make you stronger. And I'll tell you something real quick. I got enough pain to last me 4 lifetimes over. And what we gotta do, we gotta stay real quiet. And if you gotta say something back to me, you gotta whisper. Because them suckers could be anywhere. Now we're gonna stay where we're at until our men get back. I'm expecting a few medics to arrive and dress my wounded leg. Now it ain't that big of a problem that my leg's hurting me, because that ain't too bad. Lost a little bit of blood, but it ain't nothing to worry about. Let's take a look here. Got some water. Crack it open. That's some good stuff. Take some. Don't drink all of it. Trying to ration it out. Lost my canteen earlier. But I'll tell you something, I think that bottle of water fits more than a canteen can. So that's why I'm real excited about that bottle. Now the camouflage options were slim. And that's why I don't look nothing close to a real soldier. I'll tell you something, they outfitted me with some real crappy costume quality face paint. And that stuff don't hold up to the real stuff. Give me the real camouflage any day over that bull crap. So, as you are probably aware, our fight against the some of the guns out as conventional ammunition. Ain't gonna do much to take 'em out. Yeah, them bullets will, kinda like scratch the surface. But they ain't gonna do much in the way of taking 'em down. And I've seen it for myself. These are some tough sons of guns. So, we have a surplus of milk and vinegar balloons. Should we have to use them? But for now, we're gonna try to avoid combat and stay low in this wooded area. Tell you something, them birds chirping make me real kinda happy. And when I get, real sad out on the battlefield, when I think nothing else matters, I think of a big old hot steaming pizza pie. And how good that pizza is. When it hits your lips, nice and warm and gooey cheese, crunchy crust. Well, that's something that is unmatched. Some of these men hold on to memories of family and children and their wives. But I'll tell you something, I ain't got none of that. I just like a real nice cheese pizza pie. It don't even really gotta have any other toppings on it to be truthful about it. Just the cheese will do me just fine. What the heck is that? Hold on, I'm gonna... be really quiet. I see a lizard. Stay calm. Panic paves the way to madness and mistakes. And I can hear a sound. Sounds like a woman. But that's the thing about these lizards, is they'll deceive you with their voices. They'll make you think they're humans. Let's wait it out. Okay, we should be fine. I no longer sense a threat. Tell you something, it ain't nothing to mess around with. Because you can never be too sure what is out in this forest. And we need to keep the morale up, no matter how deep the wounds go. And we need to ensure strong soldiers. For every one of them soldiers, we got 6. And what I mean by that is, them lizards got the strength of 6 men. So when you're dealing with that, you gotta be superhuman. In the mind, at least. If not in the body. So, we also got some squirt guns filled with milk and vinegar. Tell you something, that stuff will eat through that lizard's skin. Just like hydrochloric acid. And when they feel that, they let out a very disturbing, shrill noise. And you just gotta think to yourself, well, you was trying to hurt me too, so, I ain't gonna feel bad for you because you guys are trying to take over the world. Let's put that in perspective. I see a small bug. What the heck is that bug? Definitely ain't a spider and it ain't a fly. Wish I could capture it and bring it over. But I'm trying not to move too much. And also if that thing bites me, feel like it, they should. As you heard them women earlier, that weren't no women, them were lizards. To get enough of that water in you. The key is to drink just enough to stay hydrated. And not too much, because we don't got much of it to go around. But oddly enough, we got a lot of milk. So what I suppose we do is to wait this one out until night, or until our soldiers arrive and the medics, and then we make our move, and we move swiftly and promptly through the night. So, soldier, I think that you will be fine, and we're here, got our each other's company, 'cause at the end of the day, that human connection on the battlefield, that'll make you live to see another day. So, we'll wait here till nightfall. And I'll tell you something, I'm gonna try to get some shut-eye. And I suggest you do too. Alright, soldier. I'm gonna shut my eyes and we'll see what happens tonight. Maybe we'll wake up to the boys and I'll have some beers. And the medic will patch up my leg. That'd be cool. Hey there, soldier. As you can see, for once in a rare occasion, we are out of harm's way, and we are in a location close to the base. And the good news is, for the time being, we can go over, plans while consuming some rations. And I allotted this time period to be able to fill you in and maybe, go back and forth about some of these reptilian menaces. So, let me pull out my food and drink. As you can see, got a standard issued water tube to sip down that sweet H2O. And these things, you can take them out on the battlefield. It's pretty tough, if I do say so myself. Let me get a good old swig out of there. That had some good stuff. They don't make nothing like it. Especially when you're about to keel over from dehydration. So, I got that. And I see you got pizza. Where the heck did you get that pizza? I didn't know they airdropped any pizza. How the hell would you get a Pizza Hut pizza? defensive action against the lizard people and the iguanas, reptilians, if you will. And now I'll take off my headset and show you a quick demonstration. There's a big mask. And I say you're looking at me like I'm some kind of crazy. But here's the thing. Them reptilians are real. I mean real. Afraid of the pigs. And I found that out because we got ourselves a prized hog on them. You know, he's kind of like a pet. Can't bring ourselves to turn him into pepperoni. Anyway, we got a prized hog, as you know. And, we brought that hog in the field of battle. And, we protected him with armor and stuff. And by God, if them green scaled sons of bitches didn't turn around and run for the grace of God when they seen that pig. And so I bestowed a knowledge to you that this thing is an invaluable tool. Yeah, you'll scare them within half their tail. I see you're already tucking into your pizza there. I suppose I ought to start eating this burrito. So, I got here a Mexican delicacy. And there's a burrito. Now this one ain't too large. Tell you why, soldier. It's due to the simple fact that if you bog yourself down with food on the battlefield, well, you're gonna be sluggish. And that ain't gonna do well for either of you. What? I can't really hear you. I've been listening to some Warren Zeve on these headphones here. Now, he was one of the last of the genuine musicians. And he was a damn good one. Rest in peace. That's better, I could hear you now. I'll tell you something I could use. Well, I could use some hot sauce. But I ain't never been a planner. And so, we don't got no hot sauce. H2O. That'll wash that burrito down nice and good. sometimes these things look like a piece of crap. And, especially due to the fact, that I've been eating them for a long time. And they used to be a real big good thing to me. Now they don't have no appeal anymore. We'll be hitting their base within the next day. That darkness under the cover of darkness. Now, as you may know, them reptilians, they can see real well in the dark. And so, we may be in for some, a big old problem. But I'll tell you something. We got the secret weapon, as I said. We're all gonna be dressing as big men. And so, our first line of offense is sneaking in there. But if we are somehow found out, well, plan B is to stick on the big masks and scare the ever-loving hell out of them. We're gonna be bringing big artillery. We'll be bringing a rocket launcher. Because there's a real good chance that we're gonna have to blow a damn hole in the reptilian base. And when you hear them bastards scream, well, that'll shake you within an inch of your life. That's a butterfly over there. Sometimes when you're out of here, you see something so beautiful. And kind of takes you out of the tragedies of war. Reminds you that there is life outside of war. And maybe one day we will come to a peace throughout mankind. But until then, war. You know, this ain't sitting down having pizza, watching the game. This is real. Got spiders all over me. You almost done with that pizza? Yeah, that looks pretty good. No thanks. Trying to take it easy on the pizza. You know, me and pizza, we got a love-hate relationship. You know the cool thing about this? Is that you could be running and gunning and sipping water at the same time. And there ain't nothing better than that. Keeping hydrated. You know, the Mountain Dew, it don't do you too well on the battlefield. I'm gonna put my Warren back on, but at low volume. Looks like her helmet's a little scuffed. Oh hell, you got a big scratch. But I'll tell you what, that's why you always wear the damn helmet. Them suckers will take their claws, and I've seen the worst of it. And it ain't nothing I'd wish on the worstest of enemies. Oh yeah, that was a big old ant. Where'd it go? Never the kind that'll bite you. I seen it. Well, anyway, we ought to get back to the base. But just know, we're gonna be storming the hideout. And I'll tell you something. They better be ready for war. Let's go. Hey there, soldier. I'm back to, check up on you. As you know, this unending battle against the reptilian forces is still waging on. You know, there were times throughout the last few years when I thought to myself, boy, this can't go on much longer. And I'll tell you, I was wrong about that. This son of a gun might go on easily for another few years. Now equipment's at an all-time low. But, I was lucky enough to get me one of these so that I don't completely freeze. And let me check what you got on here. Looks like you're properly outfitted for, winter warfare as they call it. And, you even got yourself a helmet on your head there. Yeah, I'll tell you, no thanks, I don't need it. Well, truth be told, kids show. And they called him Barney. Well, anyway, this lizard looked like a damn Barney. But it was Barney on steroids and probably about 1,000 protein bars a day. And you know, first I was sneaking around this lizard. And you know, they got a real good sense of smell. And I'll tell you, I ain't showered, you know, at that point for probably about, give or take a few days. 'Cause where the hell are you gonna shower? You know, when we're like in the middle of an important battle out here. So, well, long story short, he smelled me before he saw me. And, well, the battle ensued when he found me. But luckily, I had 2 balloons filled with the vinegar mixture that is so aptly, you know, appointed to deal with the lizards. As I, you know, mentioned before, they are weakened by it. I believe it was a milk and vinegar mixture. Well, I'll tell you, a few of those balloons exploding against that lizard. Well, you know, he may as well have been reduced to that of like, you know, going from like maybe high and mighty to a small speck on the battlefield. Now that was a quick battle, and it weren't gonna be, well, it would have been quick the other way around if I didn't have them dang balloons. And I'll tell you, any man out here who's facing these sons of guns is a liar if he says he ain't scared. Now, it ain't the fear that makes you, you know, like a weak person. But it's the cowering and fear when you overcome the fear of these creatures. Well, when you got the fear, but you choose to, you know, fight another day, then that's what you call bravery. How are your eyes looking? Can you see me well? How do I look? I got 2 fingers held up. How many fingers do I got held up? 2. Well, were you telling me that just because I told you, or because you can see them? Okay, so you can see them. Now let's talk about you. Have you sustained any certain injuries, or do you have any medical concerns? Okay. Hold on, what's that over there? Never mind, that's just a trash bag. Well, it's a grocery bag. Okay, wait, you said you got hit. What'd you get hit with? Oh, they threw one of them boulder weapons at you. Yeah, the funny thing about them is they got these boulder weapons, as you can see. And it's like they got 2 of them and they throw it at you. And it's tied together with a string. And if that hits you, holy crap. Well, as you know, let me see the wound. Is it bad? Well, I'll tell you something, I ain't gonna lie. It looks pretty bad to me, but I think you'll be okay. Yeah, I've seen a lot of battle in the last 15 or so years. And I tell you that you're probably gonna just be just fine. And I will ensure that you are fine. Careful. I'm gonna be very quiet. Quieter than I've been. And I'm gonna tell you that You let me know 'cause you're looking my way. You let me know if you see one of them behind me. Can you do that for me? I'll do the same for you. I'm checking. And that's what we do out here. We look after our own. Because after all, we is in this together. Whether or not it feels like that, I promise you. You know, we're gonna live to see the end of this war. And it's an unfortunate war against these creatures. And I even heard, don't quote me on this and don't let it go to your head too much. You know, I even heard that they may even be involving aliens in these wars. So just when you thought it was safe to go in the water, so to speak, them damn extraterrestrials might be swooping in from the sky above. But like I said, I'm not one to believe anything until I, see it with my own two eyes. 'Cause I heard a lot of crap. And I'll tell you, I seen less crap than I heard, if you catch my drift. So as the night comes in here, we'll be needing to set up, like a campfire. We're gonna need to do it somewhere safe. And I'll tell you something about safety. Well, safety can sometimes be an illusion. 'Cause these dang reptiles, their senses are a lot more sharp than ours. They're kind of like a cat, where they're quicker and, they can smell something a mile away. They can see real well in the dark. But for now, let's just focus on getting set up for the night. And that's about it. So, it seems we are safe for now. And we shall see what becomes of this war and how it advances. Holy crap, would you look at that? It looks as if our weapon storage is running rather low. Also, rations are at a pretty slim to nil type of deal here. Well, we're gonna have to make do like we always do. And if there's one thing we're good at, it's making do. Hey there, soldier. You and I both know that we are up against an interesting force here. And you are also aware that this battle has been waging on for about 5 years now. And there are times when morale gets so low that you wonder if it could still even limbo under the limbo bar. If it's low enough to limbo, probably is. Anyway, we are up against the forces of the reptilian creatures. And as you may or may not know, they are a creature that is not exactly human. Now, when I was a small boy, I owned a bearded dragon, and that took 'cause it's got these like spikes on its head. And you know, I love that thing like it was my own. And it probably has to do with the fact that it was my own. And you know, I bought it at the pet store. Now that bearded dragon, at first, it used to snap at me when I would go to put my hand in the cage, when it was still a little wee, like real small. And I saw in its eyes just something that I can't explain. Almost like it was, you know, like, just had like anger or something, and it wanted to, you know, bite my hand. And then, well, over time, it grew up, and it got friendly, and, you know, it didn't bite anymore, and it was, I could stick it on my head. And I did, and I suppose it liked it up there because it's warm. Anyway, we're getting off the point of what I'm trying to make. Is that creature, after a little while, warmed up. But these things, when I look in their eyes, I see the same kind of thing I saw in that bearded dragon's eyes. And it all came rushing back to me. Like the yesteryear, the feeling of yesteryear. But these things are a different breed. Tell you something, they ain't a bearded dragon. And that's for damn sure. Now, we're running low on supplies. We're running low on morale. We're running low on rations. And we're running low on patience. We've devised a sort of a plan of action to try to eliminate the enemy threat. And we've tried reasoning with these creatures. But the only problem is, I noticed the strangest thing about them. And that's the fact that they don't speak in any language that I ever heard in my life. I was racking my brain, and I know over 150 languages. And I hear that, you know, like weird reptile sounds. And I'm thinking like, I don't know what the hell they're saying. And I was wondering, I wonder if they made a movie out of this thing that's going on. If Steven Spielberg, as soon as this ends, jumps at the chance to make the movie that covers the whole thing. I was wondering what kind of subtitles they'd use for the, you know, the lizards, lizard people, reptilians. And damn if I can't come up with anything for that, to be honest with you. Anyhow, we do, however, have access to large amounts of coffee. What's that you say? How come I got a frog mug? Well, I guess it's on account of the fact that I like frogs. You know, they hop around on them lily
field, and he has seen some strange new phenomenon, I will call it. And I gotta be honest with you, I think these lizards are stepping up their arsenal. They got influenced by all of our high class, high power, like technologies. And let me tell you what I saw the other day. Something that made my hair stand on end. And I don't got any hair, so it's bad when that happens. I saw one of them creatures with a dang metal arm. And I looked at it, and it reminded me almost of like the Terminator. And it was this creature with a great big bionic arm. And I'm thinking, great. First we had to deal with them running at superhuman speeds and jumping high and all this just bull crap that we have to adapt to. And now they're starting to stick robotics on their arms. And if there ain't something that I don't like more than a damn lizard with a robotic arm, it's just something you don't want. We have our previous weaponry established. One of the strongest being a mixture of milk and vinegar. And we put them in balloons and sometimes super soakers. And it's very strange how effective it has been. These enemy forces have adapted. They have figured out that it is the cows that is producing our milk. So they've been trying to wipe out the cows. At first, I underestimated the thinking power of these creatures. But something about them, that they're getting smarter and wiser and wiping out our cows. We've had to resort at some points to using almond milk, cashew milk, soy milk, pea milk. And to be honest with you, those didn't have the same effect that regular old bovine fluids do. Something about it. It just, holy crap, what is that? Soldier, get down. Listen close. There is an enemy right here. Luckily, we will blend in with our surroundings. When they see green, well, they think that we're their own. And people wonder, how come we're camouflaged? Well, it's because they can't see us when also we blend in with the forest. Just be real quiet. Real quiet. This one looks a little different. It ain't a traditional kind coast is clear. Looks like they're breeding a new strange litter of these creatures. And that's the one thing, is that these creatures mature rapidly. Now a human basically, or any animal, can grow pretty fast. Well, within reason, but these things, in like a span of a few weeks, they go from, like bearded dragon baby size to full-blown alligator plus size. And that one looks a lot different. And there's something I can't explain. Now, unfortunately, all I've got right now is this flashlight. And this horn. Now, both of which are attention-grabbing items. And call me like strange, but I don't think we wanted to use either of these in this situation. Now this thing has done wonders for rallying the troops, and sort of like you feel that you hear a familiar sound of that official bugle. And I'll tell you, just does something, gets you kind of like excited or something like that. This is an American bugle. Very interesting instrument. I believe it can only play one note. There can't be that many instruments that can only play one note out there, can there? I seen a fella once who had a guitar with only one string on it. But I guess that can play like 24, 27 notes, depending on the fret amount on that guitar. But still, it was fascinating nonetheless. Now this creature that we seen just a little bit ago, we gotta find out what's going on and why it's this deep into our territory. We gotta send somebody to figure out its base, go to its base, and that just may have to be me, and possibly you as well. And now, I know that don't sound like the best task in the world, but we ain't really in the business, like being comfortable, well, sorta, but you know what I mean. We're looking for lizards, basically. We're in the business of amphibious creatures. I hope that you will retain some of the information that I've told you, and if needed, relay it to some other troops. For it is together we stand against the lizards. Oh, they must have just brought these rations in. Wow, and they got a pizza one. Holy crap, I